So today, seeing we've got nothing to do, it's pouring down outside. I can't get in with the 200 TDI engine because I can barely just see it because my shop's so full. I want to get this car out the way. Well, we can't do that because we need one of them. But yesterday, another box turned up, some bits and pieces that got lost by DHL. Well, not lost, but mislaid. And it's a Snorkel. Oh, that'd make a good trumpet, wouldn't it? It's a nice piece of work. It's from Australia. It's a safari snorkel. A lot better than the steel ones, which rust out in next to no time. And it comes with a complete kit. We've got the top cover, we've got a fitting kit here, and we've got an extra hose. Ooh, sounds daunting. Why do we have an extra hose? Well, seeing we've got a bit of a thing here, we've got to attach this hose onto here, maintaining this, because this is your dump valve. So if you get any water in your system, if it sucks any water in, it'll go down to the bottom and fall out of this little valve here. But when air's being drawn in through the system, this valve closes. It's only a piece of rubber, but that one's solid, so we're going to have a look at that. Anyway, it comes with instructions and everything you need to know. But like I say, we've got to take the original air cleaner side mount off and fit this in place. Now, this has had me going last night because I was sort of scratching my head. Because this is made in Australia. And if you know where Australia is, you'll probably know that they drive on the right hand side of the road. Same side that this is on. No big deal, there's nothing wrong with that. I like driving on the other side of the road. I've been practicing here for many, many years. But we've got the heater right in the place where we want to be. On Australian cars and UK cars, right-hand drive cars, that would have been the brake tower and the servo, which gives you a little bit of room to wiggle your hands down the back, because you've got to put some bolts in from the back. Wow, joy, eh? So, what this means in my instance of fun is I've got to strip down all this lot off, take off I'll just put this snow cover on here for him, but now I've got to take it off again because you've got to take the expansion tank off, you've got to take the washer bottle off to get to the air intake trumpet, so we can pull that back, and fingers crossed we can get in there and pull the housing off for the existing air intake. Maybe you can just see it down here. Where's my hand? There, can you see it there? Look. So we've got to get that off. These things are set to try us. Now, my friend Mark had got one of these, and I said, oh, well, it won't fit because you've got to, it's a right-hand drive one, but I don't know, I think we can get it to fit, even if it's a left-hand drive car. Because if they've got the hose up there, the original hose, well, we'll get it out. Well, I will get it out. And then it's just a matter of putting it in, but yeah, it's doable, I think. So I'll stop rambling now. I'll get all this lot stripped off. And by the way, I've got paper towel down here on top of this wing, and I've got a cloth over on the other side, so don't get sort of shirty saying I'm scratching all the wing tops. Yeah, so that's a bit of a pain, but we'll get on with it. Lots of little nuts and bolts to take off. Back soon. So I got all this lot taken off the side, and we've got to take the heater out. There's no way you can get into that. It goes right under there. Look, there's the hose. This is the bit on the inner wing, on the outer wing. Even if we get that off, we're still not going to get our hands into there. No, I don't think so anyway. Well, I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's take this off. Well, that's the heater out. when I put it back, I put 2 captive nuts in here rather than the nuts and bolts, because they're almost impossible to do on your own. I don't know if we're going to get it in. We can see it's going to be tight, but the problem is, you see, I think we have to cut this out. There's the template. If we have to cut this out, I'm going to bugger that wing up. And if it doesn't fit, I'm stuck, aren't I? You know, let's see how it goes. Now, by the looks of this has got a mould in here that I think that fits into the wing. Well, it has to do, really. I don't think we have to cut anything out. But let's try it and see how it fits. Right. So I'll hold that on the aperture where it should go. There. So that goes about there. And we are here. And I think that's right where the heater goes. Bugger. Just go in. Well, I could, I suppose, put the heater back in and try it. But there isn't that much room to work. Because the other, that with me, Billy, the other heater came down here, down this side, the intake came down here. Yeah, that's made for right-hand drive, isn't it? Mind you, getting the old thinking head on, this is made of ABS. I wonder if I could cut it and put a 90-degree bend on it to come round. Here we go. Well, we've thwarted again. This is a day in the life. I did a little experiment. I went down and I got some ABS glue, and I glued a piece of known ABS onto the end of here to see if it would stick, because it usually melts together, and you can see here how the glue's melted onto the back of there. And when we repaired the dashes, this is what we used, but it just flicked off. So this is like an oily type of plastic. It doesn't stick anything. I don't know what the hell it is, but anyway, and it's not mentioned on here what the material is. Like, you know, you usually put recycling marks on. Well, this hasn't, so I don't know what the hell it is. So it definitely is a right-hand drive one. Now, I was toying with the idea of how could I actually cut that flush and mount that onto there, like that, and try and get away with it. But the problem is, the screws on this are on the inside. There's little captive nuts on there. Well, I can't get into that to put the screws in, because it's all enclosed. Right, I've thought about this, and I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. We've got, this is the original 300 TDI TD5 style air intake. It's screwed here onto the wing, and then there's a plastic half-arse cover goes on it. Yeah, it's not very watertight, is it? Because it's not very flat. And that doesn't really matter, because here we have the template for the holes for the screws to go in. Now that would go like that, sort of like that. Okay, now I can get almost that one, but what it means is I might have to just put a little notch in here. Put a notch, just if I can't get the bolt, I'm going to drill the holes anyway, sod it. But if I can't get in, I'll just notch this out and then fill that with urethane. You know, get the bolt in and then just put a splodge of urethane in there, or RTV sealer. And I'll RTV this on, and I'll RTV this on. Ain't gonna come off. I don't know. Oh, hell, who cares gins? Let's have a go. You know, let's get the drill out. Now I've marked up down here where the hole should be. But like you say, look, you can just as say get your hand in there. Well, you can't get that piece of pipe in there. So what I intend to do is just cut this off flush, and then there is already a closed cell foam gasket that goes over there. So that's going to be all right, isn't it? Oh, come on, let's get it done. I had a word with Robert about it. It's did I say the glue was polyethylene? Yeah, I think it's polyethylene. Oh, I hate plastics. Anyway, got to get this done. Let's get on with it. Well, there we go. It took a lot of messing about to fit it, but it's on and it's solid. Let me take the camera off and I'll show you what I did. So what I did was, I used the original mounting here and came down here, so the pipe is just as original. You can see the mounting bolts probably there. That was a bit nasty to put that one in. That one wasn't too bad in that corner. A bit naughty to see, but yeah, you can see it there. And then a bit of adjustment, you can put this bracket on here. So that's really nice and rigid now, that's not going anywhere. You do have to slot the holes out a little bit, but I used everything here was the original stuff, so that was nice. Yeah, I was kind of pleased with that. So there's no gluing, and the little stub piece of pipe that was on here originally, I just cut it off flush, and that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to mess about. So if you want to fit one of these, I know there's snorkels. I always thought they went the other way around, but apparently not. It says like that in the book. So there you go. One safari snorkel on a left-hand drive. It can be done.